Hey everyone, so this week we're going to be looking at estimation for part of our week. So remember when we estimate, whenever a number ends in a number 5 or up, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, we're going to round up. And if a number ends in a 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0, we would round down. But if it was 0, we would just keep it at that number because that would be our nearest number if it's a 2-digit number. If it's a 3-digit number, then we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a moment. But I really want you to remember that when you estimate, 5 and up goes up and 4 and down goes down. Okay? So let's look at what our seesaw activity is today so that we can work on it together. So in this activity, it says write the 10 that comes either side of the number and then circle the nearest 10. So what that means is we are just going to look at this 5. So see how there's a 5 in there? It looks like I wrote in there, so we'll erase that real quick. But we're going to look at the 5, and we are going to look at to see if it makes sense first to go to 50. So we'll put 50 in here. So we have 50, and then we put another 10, which would be 60. Because right now we're just looking at the tens place. We're kind of ignoring that 2 and 52. We're just looking at the tens place. So then we look at, okay, 52 is the number we started at. Is 52 closer to 50, or is it closer to 60? Now remember, if a number is 5 and up, we round up. And if a number is 4 and down, down, we round down, okay? So if we were to look at our 52, that's in this one, so we would have to circle 50. That is our smaller number. And maybe we don't circle it. Maybe it's better actually to, oops, I erased it all, to highlight the number. So we're going to grab this highlighter, which is this tool, and then we're going to highlight 50 because that is the one that is closer to 52, and that's how we would round it. Let's try a couple more. 71. So I'm going to write 70, and I'm going to write 80. I'm not very good at writing the lines, it looks like. Now I have to look at 71. Is 71 closer to 70 or is it closer to 80? And if I had a number line in front of me, I could look at 70 and see that it is really close to 71. It's only 1 away. Versus if it was closer to 80, that would be 9 spaces away. 1 is a lot closer. So again, we're going to highlight 70. Now let's check 95. 95, we're going to put 90 on this side and 100 on this side. Now, what would be closer? Because 95 is kind of in the middle. This is where we have to check our rule. So our rule says that 5 and up goes up. So because my number ends in the number 5, I'm going to move it going up. So I'm going to highlight the 100 this time. Now I want you to try the other 3, because we did 3 together up on the top. Now let's try 1 or 2 on the bottom. Write the number, the 100 that comes either side of the number, and then circle the nearest 100. So when we look at this, we are going to jump to, we have 200 on this side or 300 on this side. Notice how I stay in the 200s place for the left number because that's what my number started with. And then I jump a whole 100 more on the right side. Just like what I did in the tens, I stayed in the same tens or I jumped up to a 10, okay? So I'm going to look at this number and I have to decide, is 234 closer to 200 or is it closer to 300? And then I'm going to highlight my answer. So I think that it is closer to 200, so I'm going to highlight that one. Okay, let's try, I'm just going to jump to another one. 891. Remember, I'm going to change my 891 to 800 on this side because it starts with the same 8 and 8. And on the right, I'm going to go up 100. So I'm going to write 900 on the line. Now I have to decide, is 891 closer to 800 or is it closer to 900? Now I want to point something out to you that is kind of a cool trick you can see. In 891, I'll write it over here, 891, if I were to just look at the first two digits on the left-hand side, so my hundreds and my tens place, and right now I'm just going to ignore the ones place, okay? So I'm going to look at 89. And is 89 closer to 80 if I look at those first two places on the left side, hundreds and tens? Or is it closer to 90 in the 900? Now, if I look at 89, how many more does it take to get to 90? Oh, just one. Okay. And how many does it get to get back to 80? Oh, 9. So that helps me answer my question that 900 is closer to 891 than 800. All right, it is your turn to work on them now. So take your time, and if you need any help, just let me know, and I'm around to answer any questions. Good luck.